It's not the hug she expects. Not the polite one that feels rehearsed. Not the kind that trades warmth for approval. This embrace carries a different weight, calm, grounded, steady. It interrupts her patterns without force, reaches past her guard, and speaks to something silent inside her, a place that doesn't analyze or ask, it simply feels. It's not really about the hug itself. It's about presence, the quiet tension between two bodies, the still breath, the composure behind the touch. You don't rush. You don't hesitate. You don't hold her like you're asking for something. You simply become the calm she didn't know she needed, a pause, a container, a steady pulse of control. A true embrace isn't done with arms, it's carried by posture, awareness, and restraint. It says nothing, yet communicates everything. I am here, and I am not moved by the need to prove myself. That's what reaches her core, not words, not charm, but stillness. Most men touch with tension. They hug like they're asking a question, hoping to be seen, to be accepted. And she feels that. In every rushed movement, in every breath that trembles. But the moment you remove need, the moment your presence replaces your want, she feels the difference. Because the feminine doesn't open to grasping energy. It softens in front of strength. And strength doesn't chase, it contains. It absorbs her chaos, her calm, her resistance, without reacting. You hold her like a mountain meets the wind, still, grounded, unmoved, yet completely aware. Your chest doesn't just offer comfort, it offers direction. And when she feels that quiet authority, her body relaxes before her thoughts can catch up. Her breath slows, her heart steadies, because something in her senses presence, a strength that could lead her out of her own noise, if it wanted to. That's the gateway, the pulse that turns comfort into connection. The embrace that stays with her isn't built in that single moment. It's the reflection of how you live, how you walk, how you breathe, how you hold your center when no one's watching. It's the gravity that follows you into a room. When a man carries depth in silence. When he moves without the need to explain. When his energy doesn't seek attention but naturally commands it. That's when she feels it, the quiet pull. A grounded, masculine presence that doesn't perform, doesn't chase, doesn't need to prove, it simply is. And when that energy touches her, even for a moment, she remembers not the gesture, but the contrast. How everyone else tried to make her feel seen, while you made her feel safe. Because what she truly notices isn't affection, it's the impact your presence leaves behind. The calm you imprint in her system, the stillness that lingers after you're gone. Hours later, she'll still remember how steady your hand felt. How composed your breath was. How silent your confidence seemed. And what surprises her most is that it never felt performative, it felt real. As if her body recognized something timeless in you, a grounded certainty that doesn't waver. Because what the feminine truly fears isn't intensity, it's emptiness. Not strength, but sameness. And the man who shows up with presence, not pretense. He's the one she never forgets. The man who touches with hesitation has already been forgotten. But the one who moves with calm certainty, whose presence feels grounded, whose silence carries weight, he stirs something deeper. The feminine senses it instantly, the edges, the depth, the mystery. She feels it before she understands it. Her breath changes. Her tone softens. Something inside her whispers, stay. And here's the truth, it's never about how long you hold on. It's about how intentionally you let go. That quiet pause before release. That calm exhale that says, I was here, fully. That's what echoes when she's alone, brushing her hair, walking home, scrolling through her phone, wondering why she can still feel your energy in the room. Because you didn't chase attention. You entered it deliberately, subtly, and then you stepped back. That's where most lose the art. They speak too soon. They rush to explain what silence could have said better. But the grounded masculine never rushes. He knows the moment doesn't need noise, it needs space. The space is where the memory forms. The pause is what makes the presence linger. And what draws her back isn't the moment itself, it's the imbalance it left behind. That quiet contrast between what was offered and what was withheld. You showed warmth, but not need. Presence, without attachment. And in that balance, something timeless awakens. Because attraction doesn't live in certainty. It breathes in mystery, in restraint, in emotional polarity, in the stillness between two heartbeats. When a man chooses calm over impulse, silence over noise, self-control over performance, that's when his presence speaks the loudest. She won't remember the moment because it was grand. She'll remember it because it stayed. She won't speak these thoughts aloud. But they'll echo, quietly, deeply, long after the moment ends. Because the more grounded you are, the more of her truth you'll see. The feminine doesn't open to control. It opens to steadiness. It reveals its storm only to the man who won't drown in it. She won't trust her softness with someone who needs it. She'll trust it with the man who already owns himself. The one who stands like a shelter, not a seeker. Who holds space without flinching. Who listens to her silence without trying to fix it. Who carries his power quietly. You are not there to save her. Not to be her escape, or her comfort. You are there to reflect her calmly, completely. To show her that her chaos can exist inside your calm. And her softness can rest against your strength, without control, without loss. That's the essence of the presence that moves her. Not warmth alone. Not words. But the frame, the grounded energy that doesn't bend for approval. But absorbs her emotion without losing its center. Once she's felt that, your stillness, your restraint, your quiet power. Something in her changes. No embrace feels the same again. Every other man feels slightly too eager. Slightly too unsure. Because now she knows. Now her body remembers what grounded presence feels like. And if that moment stirs something in you too. A quiet recognition of your own depth, your own control. Then you already understand. This isn't about performance. It's about presence. It's not about seeking attention. It's about mastering your energy. So that everything around you starts to move differently. Stay close. Because what's coming next isn't just philosophy. It's practice, the kind that changes not only how others see you, but how you see yourself.